Hello and welcome everyone to Dose Psycho. Today we're delving into the intriguing world of narcissists, specifically, what happens when a narcissist falls in love. Now, when we talk about narcissists, we're referring to individuals who have an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. But when it comes to love, the common perception is that narcissists are incapable of it. However, this isn't entirely accurate. While it's true that their understanding and experience of love might be different from the norm, it doesn't mean they don't experience it. So, what does happen when a narcissist falls in love? Well, today we're going to unpack that mystery by exploring 5 key habits narcissists tend to exhibit in their romantic relationships. From the initial stages of intense admiration to the eventual devaluation and discarding, we'll delve into each stage with the aim of shedding light on this complex and often misunderstood personality type. Stay tuned as we unravel the complexities of a narcissist in love. The first habit of a narcissist in love is love bombing. This term might sound explosive, and that's because it is, metaphorically speaking. Love bombing is the act of showering someone with affection, praise, gifts, and promises of a future together, all to create a strong emotional bond in a remarkably short period. Imagine this scenario. John meets Sally, and within days, he's talking about how perfect she is, how they're soulmates and destined to be together. He texts her good morning and good night, sends her flowers at work, and plans romantic getaways. It's like a whirlwind of love and affection. But here's the catch. This isn't about genuine love or affection. For a narcissist like John, it's a strategy, a way to quickly gain control and establish dominance in the relationship. It's an overwhelming and intense courtship designed to manipulate Sally's emotions, making her dependent on John's affection and approval. The sudden onslaught of affection can be incredibly overwhelming and confusing. Sally might feel like she's found the perfect partner, but in reality, she's being set up for emotional manipulation. This is the sinister side of love bombing. Love bombing can be overwhelming and confusing, but it's just the first habit. Let's move on to the second. The second habit is devaluation. This is a stage where the narcissist's initial adoration starts to wane, and the shift in attitude is quite pronounced. It's like going from a sunny day to a stormy night in a blink. The narcissist begins to pick at their partner's confidence, belittling them, criticizing, and highlighting faults that were once overlooked or even adored. Let's dive into a narrative to illustrate this. Imagine a couple, Alex and Taylor. During the love bombing phase, Alex, the narcissist, showered Taylor with compliments, making Taylor feel special and cherished. Alex admired Taylor's passion for painting, calling it unique and inspiring. But as the relationship progressed into the devaluation phase, Alex's admiration turned into criticism. Suddenly, Taylor's painting was no longer a passion but a waste of time and childish. Alex's words began to chip away at Taylor's self-esteem, making Taylor question their worth and talent. This is the essence of devaluation, a systematic erosion of the partner's self-worth. It's a manipulative tactic where the narcissist makes their partner feel lesser, creating a power dynamic where the narcissist holds the upper hand. This can be emotionally draining and confusing for the partner, who might still be reeling from the love bombing phase and wondering what went wrong. The shift from love bombing to devaluation can be jarring, leading us to the third habit. Next we have gaslighting. This is a psychological manipulation technique where the narcissist makes their partner question their own sanity. It's like a smoke and mirrors game, where the narcissist alters reality, denies facts, and twists their partner's perceptions, all to maintain control and keep their partner off balance. Imagine this scenario. A partner points out that the narcissist has broken a promise. Instead of acknowledging their mistake, the narcissist might respond, "You're remembering things wrong," or "You're too sensitive, I was just joking." Over time, the victim might start to question their own memory, judgment, and even their sanity. Gaslighting can be subtle or overt, but the goal is always the same: to make the victim doubt themselves and their perceptions. The more a person doubts themselves, the more control the narcissist gains. It's a vicious cycle, where the victim becomes increasingly dependent on the narcissist for their sense of reality. This is a form of emotional abuse, and it's deeply damaging. Victims of gaslighting often feel confused, anxious, and unable to trust their own experiences. It's a painful reality to live in, but it's important to remember that it's a manipulation tactic, not a reflection of the victim's worth or capabilities. Gaslighting is a powerful tool in a narcissist's arsenal, but there's more to their behavior in love. The fourth habit is discard. This is a crucial stage in the narcissist's cycle of manipulation. Once the narcissist has thoroughly love-bombed, devalued, and gaslighted their partner, they begin to dispose of them, much like discarding an object that has lost its value or appeal. Consider this. Imagine you are a shiny new toy, full of promise and allure. The narcissist, like a child, is initially captivated playing with you, showing you off. But as time passes, the novelty wears off. You're no longer new, no longer shiny, you've been played with, used, and perhaps even broken in places. So what does the child do? They discard you, moving on to the next shiny new toy that catches their eye. This discard phase can feel abrupt and brutal. One moment, you're the apple of their eye, despite the constant devaluation and gaslighting. The next, you're cast aside, often with little regard for your feelings or well-being. This can leave the discarded partner feeling bewildered, hurt, and questioning their worth. But here's the catch. Even though the narcissist discards their partner, it doesn't mean they're done with them. The narcissist likes to keep their options open, often maintaining some form of contact to keep the discarded partner hanging on, just in case they want to play again. Discarding can be devastating, but the cycle doesn't end there. The final habit is hoovering. Let's delve into what this means. Named after the Hoover vacuum cleaner, it's all about sucking people back into a toxic relationship. Picture this. A narcissist and their partner have split. There's been some distance, some quiet, but then out of the blue, the narcissist reappears. They might apologize, promise change, or lure with sweet sentiments, all in a bid to draw their ex-partner back into the relationship. Now let's bring this to life with a story. Imagine Sarah and John. They had a tumultuous relationship, full of highs and lows, mostly due to John's narcissistic tendencies. They eventually break up, but after a few weeks, John starts reaching out to Sarah. He sends her messages about how much he's changed, how he's realized his mistakes, and wants to make things right. He floods her with affection and promises, creating a mirage of the perfect relationship that could be. This is hoovering in action. It's important to note that hoovering can be subtle and manipulative, making it even more difficult for the person on the receiving end to resist. It's a powerful tool in the narcissist's arsenal, one that they use to maintain control and feed their ego. Hoovering is the final habit in this cycle, but remember, every person and situation is unique. We've explored the 5 habits of a narcissist in love. It's a complex and often destructive cycle. We've unraveled love bombing, devaluation, gaslighting, discard, and hoovering. Recognizing these patterns can be a beacon in navigating potentially turbulent relationships. Remember, understanding is the first step towards healing and growth. What are your thoughts on this topic? Have you had any experiences that resonate with these habits? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us today.